Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go discussion video. So a whole bunch of stuff was recently leaked in the most recent server push, and I do think that some of this stuff might be related to the Ultra Unlock for Pokemon GO Fest Seattle. There's a lot of things that are coming to Pokemon Go that are worth being excited about, and I do want to talk about them here. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of speculation in this video, so do take the info with a grain of salt, but there's just a lot of possibilities with this leaked info. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, so this video is going to be sort of a follow-up to yesterday's discussion video, in that everything that I'm going to be talking about is going to be somewhat related to the Hisuian Discovery event that we're going to be getting at the beginning of next month. So what exactly am I talking about here? Well, it was recently discovered that the evolved forms of Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Qwilfish, as well as Hisuian Sneasel, have been pushed to the game files, which means they might actually be available by the time we get to the Hisuian Discovery event. It was also revealed that Hisuian Braviary was added to the game files as well. That could potentially be a surprise new spawn as a result of the Ultra Unlocks, and that is something that we could possibly be getting with this next event. Now, interestingly, we also saw the Galarian versions of the legendary birds get added to the game as well. These could be the next legendaries that we see in 5-star raids, so that is something we could look forward to. I'm not sure if it's going to be related to the Ultra Unlocks, but I actually think we're going to be getting the Hisuian forms of Dialga and Palkia instead. Personally, I think that would make the most sense, considering that the next event is going to be Hisuian themed, and of course, we are going to have the original form of Dialga in 5-star raids during this time, so it would just make a lot of sense for them to go directly to the Hisuian versions of Dialga and Palkia right after. Now, of course, that's just speculation, and we really do not know what the actual Ultra Unlock bonuses are going to be, but it would be really fun if we can get the Hisuian forms of Palkia and Dialga in Pokemon Go really soon. Now, if the last Pokemon Go Fest in Berlin is any indication, we are going to get a lot more bonuses and a lot more Pokemon during the Hisuian Discovery event as a result of the Ultra Unlock. Now, when Niantic announced what the Hisuian Discovery event would entail, a lot of people had mixed reactions. There was a lot of concerns regarding whether or not Growlithe and Sneasel would be locked behind 7km eggs, and there was a lot of people saying that there really wasn't too much going on during this event. There was just 3 new Pokemon being introduced, but there really wasn't anything special when it came to the wild spawns or any of the bonuses. But I really do think that once we get the Ultra Unlock bonuses, we're going to see a much more robust event, and it's going to be a lot more fun. They actually knocked it out of the park with the last Ultra Unlock, so I do predict that it's going to be equally as good. But of course, it could also be a major disappointment, so we should temper our expectations and just hope for the best. Now that we talked about the possible Ultra Unlocks and the possible additions to the Hisuian Discovery event, let's go back and talk about the Galarian legendary birds. Now, as I stated before, these Pokemon were added to the game file, so we are likely going to be seeing them in 5-star raids really soon. It gives me reason to believe that we are going to be seeing a Galarian themed event right after the Hisuian Discovery event. Considering that these Pokemon are originally from the Galarian region, it would be really nice if they were tied to actual in-game events. But at the very least, just like we had with the legendary birds during the month of July, I think we're going to have the Galarian legendary birds in the month of August. Now, in terms of whether or not the Galarian versions of the legendary birds are going to be meta relevant in any way, well, it looks like they are not necessarily going to be that game breaking, at least compared to the original Kanto legendary birds. The base stats and the move pool of the Galarian legendary birds are not something to be excited about. In some cases, they're actually a downgrade from the Kanto version as well. Considering that there's going to be better psychic types out there, unfortunately that means Galarian Articuno is not necessarily going to be relevant in any sort of meta. And then when it comes to Galarian Zapdos, it is going to be outclassed by a lot of the fighting types that are currently out there, but it may have some potential in PvP. And then when it comes to Galarian Galarian Moltres, it actually trades out a lot of its attack power for more defense, and that is of course not going to be ideal when you're thinking about raid battles. Out of the three, I would say that Galarian Zapdos is going to be probably the most useful, considering the high amount of attack damage that it has, and the fact that it has access to a lot of fighting type moves. It may not necessarily be on par with Pokemon like Machamp and Conkeldurr, but it's still going to be useful in a lot of different situations. But unfortunately for the other birds, they're not necessarily going to be that useful compared to their Cantonian versions, so you shouldn't feel pressured to get a really high IV of either of those. And I know it's not necessarily worth mentioning because it is obviously going to be temporary, but all three of the Galarian legendary birds had a catch rate of 0.03, which I really think is just a placeholder, and by the time they are actually released into the game, they are going to have the base catch rate of 2 to 3% that other legendaries have. Overall, I'm a little disappointed regarding the Galarian legendary birds. I was really hoping they would make some sort of impact because it's been a while since we've gotten a legendary raid boss that has actual meta relevance, but these birds are still pretty exciting for the collection value alone, so I am looking forward to raiding them. At the very least, I'm looking to get myself a perfect IV of Galarian Zapdos, but for the other two, I'm probably just going to be one and done. But yeah, based on all of the leaks that we recently got, there are a lot of exciting things coming to Pokemon Go, and I am looking forward to some of the things that Niantic has in store for us in regards to the Ultra Unlock. The Hisuian Discovery event is actually pretty exciting, at least for me, but I know it could be a lot better. And Niantic has full opportunities to do exactly that through the Ultra Unlock bonuses, but we'll just have to wait and see. And just a reminder that all of the stuff that I talked about in this video is based on leaked information, and that stuff is subject to change. So do take everything that I said with a grain of salt. We really do not know exactly how all of this new stuff is going to be implemented, but we can speculate based on what we know from past events. But in any case, yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding all of this stuff down below. Are you excited about the Galarian legendary birds coming to Pokemon Go? Are you excited about the new Hisuian Pokemon as well? Leave those thoughts down below in the comment section and let's have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this discussion video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. But in any case, yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.